Hello all. Today onwards, we will start with some of the topics of biochemistry. So today we will discuss about the carbohydrates. Carbohydrates, these are defined as the polyhydroxy alcohols with aldehydes or ketones and their derivatives. They are also called as saccharides. They are most abundant molecules on the earth. The uses of carbohydrates, they provide energy during metabolic processes in the form of ATP, and also they store energy in the form of glycogen. Third function is they are structural in their function. They form the cell walls and also the exoskeleton of some of the organisms. And carbohydrates, they are they are also the derivatives which are found in coenzymes and nucleic acids. Classification of carbohydrates. They can be described by the number of monomers they contain. So accordingly, there are four types of carbohydrates are there. One is the first classification is monosaccharides, where they contain 3 to 7 sugar molecules. CH2ON, where N is the number of carbon atoms. Oligosaccharides, they contain 2 to 20 polymers of sugar molecules. Polysaccharides, these are the polymers of greater than 20 sugar residues. And glycoconjugates, these are the derivatives of carbohydrates which are attached to proteins, lipids, and polypeptide chains. Now, first thing is about the monosaccharides. They are classified based upon type of carbonyl group and number of carbon atoms. So, these monosaccharides are again classified into aldoses and ketoses. Aldose, these are the sugar molecules with aldehyde group, and ketose, these are the sugar molecules with ketone group. So here in this table you can see the different types of aldoses and ketoses depending upon the number of carbon atoms. Depending upon the number of carbon atoms, they are classified as trioses, tetroses, pentoses, hexoses, and heptoses. The simplest form of aldose is the glyceraldehyde, and the simplest form of ketose is dihydroxyacetone. The most commonest aldose is glucose, and the most commonest ketose is fructose. There are two important trioses are there. They are the glyceraldehyde and dihydroxyacetone. The next thing is about the disaccharides. Two monosaccharide units they join by a covalent bond called as a glycosidic linkage via a condensation reaction, and they form a disaccharide. This bond is created between the first carbon atom of one sugar and the OH of another sugar atom, sugar molecule. The examples of disaccharides. The first example is maltose, or it is also called as malt sugar. In this malt sugar, the two molecules of glucose will join together by a glycosidic bond. It does not occur in the body. The main sources of malt sugar are like germinating seeds, and it is the intermediate product in the breakdown of starch by amylase. It is also hydrolyzed to glucose by enzyme maltase and absorbed in gastrointestinal tract. The another example of disaccharide is lactose or milk sugar. Galactose and glucose, they are The bond between galactose and glucose is through the B glycosidic bond, and they will form a lactose. It is a major carbohydrate present in the milk. It is formed in lactating mammary glands. It may occur in urine during pregnancy. It is hydrolyzed to glucose and galactose by the enzyme lactase, and it is absorbed in gastrointestinal tract. The third example is sucrose, or also known as cane sugar. Glucose and fructose, they are linked by a glycosidic bond in this sucrose molecule, and it is a common table sugar. It does not exist in the body but occurs in cane sugar, pineapple, carrots, and honey, etc. This sucrose is hydrolyzed to glucose and fructose by the enzyme invertase or sucrase, and then absorbed in the gastrointestinal tract. Now, next thing is about the polysaccharides. These polysaccharides are again classified into two types. One is the homopolysaccharide and heteropolysaccharide. Homopolysaccharides, or they are also called as homoglycans, these are composed of only one monosaccharide unit. Only one monosaccharide unit will be repeating here. The examples for homopolysaccharides are like cellulose, starch, glycogen, and dextrin. All these contain glucose as a repeating unit. Then the second type of polysaccharides are heteropolysaccharides. Heteropolysaccharides are also known as heteroglycans or mucopolysaccharides. Heteropolysaccharides, they are made up of more than one type of monosaccharide units. The examples are like hyaluronic acid, chondroitin sulfate, heparin, blood group substances, and keratosulfate. These are the examples of heteropolysaccharides. Now something about the different types of homopolysaccharides like cellulose. Cellulose is the most abundantly found in nature. It has a linear chain of D-glucose. Human beings cannot utilize this because of the deficiency of enzyme in gastrointestinal tract to break it. The next thing is about the starch. The best source of carbohydrate in our food, as it is present in wheat, rice, and potato. Starch consists of two molecules, amylose and amylopectin. Amylose is low molecular weight molecule of 60,000 international units, and amylopectin is high molecular weight molecule of 5 lakh units. The next thing is about the glycogen. It is a major carbohydrate which is stored in the liver and muscles. Dextrin, it is the intermediate product. It is the intermediate product in the hydrolysis of starch to monosaccharides. It is of three types: amylodextrin, erythrodextrin, and acrodextrin. The next thing is about the heteropolysaccharides. Hyaluronic acid, it is the component of connective tissue and body mucous fluids. The second one is chondroitin sulfate. It is the component of cartilage, tendon, and skin. The next thing is about heparin. Heparin acts as a blood anticoagulant. Blood group substances. It helps in determining blood group. And keratosulfate, it is a component of cartilage and cornea. So this is something about the different types of carbohydrates, definition of carbohydrate and classification of carbohydrate. Thank you.